All right, welcome back to Ready Bet Action. It is the college football playoff. The hell with my camera, we're adjusted. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can find us on all of those places. If you're listening to a podcast, you don't know what I'm talking about anyways. Yeah, we're going to get started here. College football playoff, round one. We have some games to talk through. We're just going to walk through each of these playoff games. Really excited to jump in to what these could look like. I personally found very little value in bets of this weekend. However, it doesn't mean I'm not excited to watch this weekend and see it get started. I think we have a couple exciting games. I think for me, the Miami Texas A&M game is the game I'm most looking forward to. I'm sure there's a lot of fans of this Alabama Oklahoma game. I'm just personally an SEC hater, as Mike knows, and don't really would rather wait to see the SEC teams later in the playoff. I'll probably be watching a little bit of that and a lot of the Miami Texas A&M game. What about you all, Mike? What are you looking forward to the most? Which game?
I'm most interested in the storyline behind Oklahoma, Alabama, but I think the Miami A&M game will probably be the most exciting game to watch, just as a pure, football fan perspective. And I have very little interest in the other two, unfortunately.
Yeah,
what a bunch of party poopers. It's the fucking playoffs, and we're sitting here complaining. Oregon, baby. I don't care that it's JMU. I've been talking about JMU since the beginning of the season. In our futures, I said JMU has a shot to make the playoff. The only thing that's going to be in their way is their strength of schedule. Well, because the rest of the ACC in particular, Clemson, can't take care of business. It's not JMU's fault. They deserve to be here. It's awesome. It's going to be so much fun. Ducks hosting a playoff game. They got screwed last year with the seeding. I think it's super fun that they get to host a game. I'm excited for this weekend. I think the games you guys talked about are cool, but I also like the Tulane Ole Miss. The storyline there is just crazy town. It feels like one of those Dr. Pepper commercials, where they're like firing the coach, then he has all the diet Dr. Pepper, so they love him. Like it feels like that level of craziness with like some of the LSU staff coming back to Auburn, but
yes,
not Lane. So I'm just excited for it all. I think it's going to be such a fun weekend. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I agree. I have a proposition for all the complainers about the G5. I think I'm a believer that the G5 should have a spot. I also do not think it should be a guaranteed spot. So here's my proposition for the getting the G5 in here is I think you give the G5 a guaranteed spot only if they hit two conditions. My conditions are: one, they themselves end the season in the top 15. And two, they have beaten a team that ends the season in the top 15. Then you get into the playoff. If you have not done those two things, then you give that spot to
the second thing is too far out of their control that I don't think that's fair.
They
don't get to choose they don't get to choose which Power 4 teams they get to play. They have to take
they do. Everyone creates their own schedule.
But if you're a lowly group of 6 team and a Power 4 team, there's a power imbalance. They're not both anyway. There's a different time for this conversation.
No, this is good. We only have a few games to talk about anyways. Mike, do you just want the G5 out of it totally?
No, make the last two spots a play-in spot where you've got a group of 5 team versus whoever is ranked 13 and etc. Now, granted, at that point, you're effectively making it a 14-team playoff, so call it what you want to call it. But I would be way more excited about 2 of these 4 games this weekend if it was any of the teams ranked 13 through 20 over these group of 5 teams.
That's fair.
And I think that's an 85 percentile outcome for most seasons, is that it would have been one of those. This was just a really weird season. So I don't think we have to change the whole formatting just because we had a weird outcome this time.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know. Notre Dame, I think, is, as much as I hate Notre Dame, they're beating half the teams in the playoff right now. Did they deserve to be in under the current playoff rules? No, they did not, in my opinion. But when it depends on how you're approaching the playoff conversation. Is it to put the 12 best teams in, or are we talking about just following the rule set? Right. And so I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. I have no love loss. I'm not feeling bad for anyone who got left out. Like, if you're Notre Dame, man, win some more games. How about that? like stop complaining about it.
Have you seen Notre Dame's schedule next year?
No.
it's the most laughable thing you'll ever see.
Oh no.
If we would have been using last year's playoffs, Tom Fornelli was talking about this. If we were using last year's playoff rules, Tulane would have had a first round bye.
Yeah.
See? That actually kind of
crazy. And then Ohio State would have been like the 5 seed, and Ohio State would have had JMU, and then anyway, it's crazy.
Let's
it would
expand
have
it to 24 teams. No.
Oh my God.
All right, let's jump in. We're going to start with the game on Friday night. We got Alabama going to Oklahoma. This is a home game for Oklahoma. This is a rematch home game. I believe this game was in Oklahoma earlier this year.
It was Alabama.
Oh, it wasn't Alabama. In that case, I like my pick even more. It's the only pick I have for today. I'm taking Oklahoma. I'm just taking the home team. I don't have a lot more logic behind that. It's a very defensive home team. The total is at 40.5. The last game ended at 44. And so I don't know. It's 40 is such a low total that it's going to be a defensive game, but I don't feel comfortable betting the total. Give me Oklahoma. I think Alabama's offense has been inconsistent enough that Oklahoma can do what they did to them last time. And the home crowd, Oklahoma, rowdy playoff environment. I don't know. I'm just picking the home team. I don't have like a lot of like why.
I did update your number on the slide here. You can get it at -115 now instead of 125.
It's pretty much a pick 'em.
Yeah, I'm on the same side. Like if you look on DraftKings right now, each of these teams, if you go to the team props, their team total is 19.5 points right now. It is as much of a coin toss game as I think you'll see in the first round. But I think I'm with you. I'm on the home team side. You know, we talk a lot about how it's so hard to beat the same team twice. I think it's a little bit different here whenever the first time you beat them when you're on the road. Bama has scored 10 or fewer points per game on the road than at home, 24.8 points on the road, but OU's only given up 12 points at home. So you're right. I think it is a defensive game. However, I think Ty Simpson, teams are learning how to pressure him in the right way. And Alabama is not doing a very good job adjusting to that. We saw Georgia put them through hell in the SEC title game. We saw Venables blitz them even more than Georgia did in the SEC title game in week 1, and they forced 3 turnovers. So I fully expect Oklahoma to just kind of handle this defensively. This could be one of those random ass SEC 9-7 games, or it could be 26-27, you know? So either way, it's not going to be more than, in my mind, a 6-point game at worst. So if you want to tease this every which way and give whatever team +7 points, it feels like a pretty safe bet to me right now.
Yeah, I don't know what, like, doesn't Alabama have like the 107th ranked running offense, like rushing offense too? Like it's
something like that.
Really bad. Like, and I just don't think you can win much in the playoffs against top tier teams without having any kind of running game like that. But they might win this one, but I don't think they're gonna get much farther than this.
I'm checking their rushing rankings now.
Mm-hmm. Stephon,
I like the yeah, I lean to the under. I think this is going to be a rock fight. You guys have talked about the struggles of Alabama's offense. It's not like Oklahoma's been extremely proficient offensively.
Yeah.
John Mateer has to carry the team at times.
He's been terrible since his injury too.
Right. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in either offense. I wanted to pick Oklahoma, but there's a handicapper I follow that was like very hard into Alabama, and I was just like, well, then I'm just not going to play it. So I'm off that. I lean Oklahoma and lean under, but I don't have an official play for show.
Well, I think that's our only official play on this one. Go ahead.
Alabama's rushing offense, yards per rush, they're 121st. Yards per game, they're 123rd.
Yeah, that's brutal. That is not a way to win. Again, maybe you can win a defensive game against another offense that isn't amazing here for Alabama, but I don't see if Alabama wins this game. Who do they go to? Who would they advance to play next?
Georgia.
I should have the bracket in front of me. Yeah. I'll be on Georgia on.
No, sorry, Georgia's getting the winner of Ole Miss and Tulane. They're going to Indiana.
Man, I would probably pick Indiana over. I don't know. I'm not really high on Alabama, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But we can move on to the 10 a.m. game. We're in Mountain Time. 10 a.m. We have Miami going to Texas A&M. Again, I don't love road teams. I was really high on Texas A&M. I don't have an official pick on this game. if I just had to pick a winner, I'm leaning Texas A&M. But Stefan, you actually have a pick for this game.
Yeah, give me Miami plus 3.5 on the road. I kind of think we saw what Texas A&M is when they play Texas and kind of got blown out. So I'm going to just go ahead and lean into that part. I mean, really, who the hell knows what's going to happen? You're going to Kyle Field. It's going to be, I mean, it's early, but it's going to be rowdy. It's going to be a tough place to play. It's hard to trust Carson Beck. What if he ends up turning the ball over 3-4 times? But I'm going to do it anyway. Give me 3 and a hook. I think this could be a close game. I'm going to play this money line for the Hurricane. I'm going to ladder it a little bit just to get over some key numbers there because I think Miami could, if they get things going, run away with it. Their defensive line is incredible. I could see them putting a lot of pressure on Marcel Reed, creating some pretty big havoc plays, leading to some turnovers. So I like the Hurricane in this one. Plus 3.5. I love it. I'm going to take it all the way to probably like 7.5. Minus 7.5, that is.
Yeah, I mean, I lean Miami as well. Texas A&M, the heart of their team right now is a rushing offense, but Miami's got a top 10 rushing defense. Miami is also one of the, I think it was the top 10 teams in explosive offensive plays right now. And Texas A&M likes to give up explosive plays. And so if Miami can pop a few with Malachi Tony and company, I think Miami could pull this one out outright. But we've also seen Texas A&M. Like, I mean, when Texas A&M is at their best, they are really freaking good right now. So I don't know. I think the Texas game was a down game. I don't think that is a reflection of who they really are. But I'm so confident in that take that I'm staying off this game entirely. So.
Yeah, I mean, one loss. I mean, they had some close ones though. A&M, almost lost to Arkansas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Almost lost to Notre Dame.
Yeah, Arkansas almost beat a bunch of good teams this year, though. Them and Mississippi State.
I mean,
both.
they were. That's true. I just think Texas A&M. I think their schedule wasn't quite as intense. Looking back at it,
definitely not.
Yes, it's SEC, but I just like Miami. I think, I'm probably wrong, but.
Yeah, I mean,
let's go. I like their team total over 23.5 or whatever it is as well.
Yeah,
I think Miami could get up there and score some points. Or 28.5. I forget what it is. I like the over. I think they're going to score lots.
I like points in this game too. I'm looking at A&M's schedule right now. I mean, they put up 41 against Notre Dame and then 49 against LSU, who had a great defense all year. They just couldn't score points, but then they turn around and let South Carolina score 30 and Arkansas score 42. I think the defense is just the inconsistent piece of the puzzle here. I think if they come out and play, we could be surprised, but I don't know. We'll see. I think it's going to be a good game either way.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun one. Let's move over. We're going to go to Oxford, Mississippi, where we got Tulane going to Ole Miss. Ole Miss without Lane Kiffin, I think, makes this at least very interesting and fun. Tulane, honestly, I was surprised that they have 2 losses. I actually thought, like, in a weird way, that they didn't look as good as I thought they consistently would the entire season, if that makes sense. But they have played some big games, and like I do think that they, what does Ole Miss do? Do they come out like gangbusters because their coach left, or are they come out and they're just flat because they don't have Lane Kiffin pulling?
They're not going to skip a beat. They're not going to skip a beat.
Stefan thinks they're going to score 56.5 on their own. I don't know if that's what you think, but
I could see it happening. I love points in this game because of that, Eric. I really am leaning into the narrative of this. You got your offensive coordinator stepping up here. I think they say, damn the defense, let's put up some points. Let's show everyone that it wasn't just about Lane. We're going to put up a ton of points. We're going to keep everyone here. This is a statement game. This is a new era. We're not going to skip a beat offensively. Defensively, I think Tulane, the thing is, it could get out of hand pretty quick because Retzlaff cannot throw to keep him in it. But I think at least for the first half, I like the first half over. I like the Ole Miss, I think, is at like 36.5. I kind of like the team total over 2. But I think Tulane can push it enough that I want the full game over.
Anybody want to take a guess at what Tulane's pass defense is rated?
In the 90s.
Yeah, in every metric, 86 is their best. 120th in pass completion.
They lost 45-10 to Ole Miss this season.
Trinidad's going to tear these dudes apart. And that was, correct me if I'm, did Trinidad start that game? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I think that was pre-Trinidad.
Yeah, I smoked too much weed to remember something from that long ago.
They lost. I mean, look, the over didn't hit last game. It was 45-10. But don't you think Ole Miss has a little more juice in them to maybe put up 50?
Yeah, and I think Tulane does. I think, and Retzlaff was like, I don't think he can be played that bad again. He might.
Yeah,
I think it might be
a little bit of a repeat rematch here. I guess I'm just surprised to see Tulane sitting here at 11 still when I feel like they did underperform a little bit, which is weird to say for a 2-loss team that's in the playoff from the G5.
Trinidad did play this game last time. He threw for 307 and 2, and then he rushed for 112.
Man,
that sounds like a nice DFS quarterback if you ask me if you're going to play it.
And we're going to play anyone. All right. Well, speaking of points and a fun game, we got Oregon and James Madison in Eugene. Man, that place is going to be hopping for a playoff game. The only playoff game they'll get this year, at home game, that they'll get. So I think if my team ever had a playoff game, I would spend like at home. I don't care if they're playing James Madison. I'm spending my kids' college tuition to go to a game on campus, like a playoff game on campus at home for sure. So
feels like some shade, Eric. That feels like some shade. At least we went to an Oregon game this year. That's what
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But you also have the World Cup that you have to spend $20,000 to go see your Dutch team play this year. So, I forgive you to not go to this. And you've been in the Pacific Northwest a lot this fall.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And well, honestly, like the tickets, like side note, like tickets to like these, I guarantee you the tickets to, I'm going to go look at this. The tickets to get into these campus games, I guarantee you are more expensive than the next 2 rounds for all of these schools. Because the tickets last year for the quarter to the semifinals were like pretty normal game prices to get into these NFL stadiums. Like I'm thinking of even going over to Phoenix to watch the Fiesta Bowl. It could be Ohio State and Georgia. We could get there. And honestly, I'd expect that the tickets aren't going to be that bad compared to these campus games. So I think if you're going to go to a playoff game, you probably actually might have a better luck.
Good Lord.
Getting
you can get Phoenix tickets to this game LA for under $100 this weekend.
This one at home?
Yes.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought Oregon fans.
The seats we were at are the same price. They're $140, $160.
You can get.
Right, I might be taking off work early tomorrow.
I was gonna say I would just be so excited. Like if CU ever made the playoff, even if it was like a gimme game where you play in G5, I would be so excited to go. Like I would be so excited to go on campus to a college football playoff game.
I am now also looking at flights to Eugene.
Yes. By the end of this podcast, Stefan has bought his full package to go to. You know the motel to stay at too.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. Well, let's get into our picks for this game. Both of you have picks here. Mike, why don't you start us off? And yours actually ties to the last game.
Yeah, I'm teasing both of the favorites down and making a little parlay out of it. I'm taking Oregon minus 13.5 with Ole Miss minus 9.5 at minus 109. We saw what happened to the group of 5 last year, and I think you can make the argument that Boise last year was better than both of these teams are this year against very similar opponents. I think Oregon's going to come in with still a chip on their shoulder after the way that last year played out. It feels like Oregon is peaking at the right time in the playoffs. I feel like Oregon's kind of a team that could come in under the radar and make a decent little run here, just off of that alone. I think they learned a few things in the playoffs, and I think they're going to be coached up, ready to go here. So just honestly, man, just kind of based off of we've got a small sample size of what these group of 5 teams can do against teams of this level, whether it's earlier on in the regular season this year with, Tulane and Ole Miss, or James Madison play Louisville and lost by 10. Obviously, Oregon's a very different team than Louisville is too. So, teasing these down feels pretty safe to me, especially to get it up minus 109.
I mean, Stefan even almost likes that number in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't look at the first quarter play. I know we've hit Oregon in the first quarter quite a few times this year.
Yeah, I actually forgot which play I put in because I like 2 plays. I like the under 47.5 for the full game, which is not my official play. But I like the first half minus 11.5. Here's what I think is going to happen in this game. I think Oregon is going to go out and establish the run as they do. And you can't stop that 3-headed monster. It's impossible. They're too good. I think while the receivers are practicing, I don't know how much they're going to play because this is a 20.5-point spread. And do you really want to risk Dakorien Moore getting injured? Do you want to have Benson miss more time? Like, there's a lot of concerns because, to Mike's point, we're thinking about the future here. We're thinking about the next couple of weeks, hopefully, if we can beat Texas Tech as well. So I think they get out to a big lead, 14, 17 points, and then I think they really slow down. So I like the minus 11.5 in the first half, and then I like the total under 47.5 just from like a game kind of control, slow it down. And I don't think, if I've watched a lot of JMU, we've talked about this throughout the year, they're always on the quad box. Their defense is really good. Their offense can rely a little bit too much on explosive plays, and I think that could be difficult against this defensive line and this linebacker core too. So I think there's a reason why James Madison's point total for the game is at 13.5. So I like the under.
I'm just staying off, not because I don't think y'all are right. Every time I bet Oregon this year on the show, and like when all of us has been lockstep, like Oregon's gonna crush it, are like the 2 or 3 times this year that I lost the most amount of money in
Indiana
all day. So just for I'm doing it as a favor for you all to I'm just not going to, and I'm just gonna say, cool, you guys do that, and I will not be betting it because the only couple times that I was like on board with, and all of us were, Oregon absolutely lost those bets.
Indiana crushed our souls, man.
Yes, it's all superstition. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
that's why I'm doing it.
I'm gonna add a not smart side piece here because it just feels right. I'm gonna take both teams minus 6.5 in the first quarter, plus 219.
Oh, I like that.
Which teams?
So you're talking Ole Miss and
Ole Miss minus 6.5 in the first quarter with Oregon minus 6.5 in the first quarter at plus 219.
It feels like it should be like plus 125. I like that.
Yeah, we talk about value all the time. That's the thing, is it feels like there's tons of value there.
Yeah. That hits more than 70% of the time or 60% of the time.
Yeah.
Whatever the math is.
All right.
The Seahawks helmets are disgusting tonight, by the way.
I haven't turned the game on yet.
It's a really good game.
Either.
It's such. I'm a Seahawks boy again, guys. So here we go.
You got to be this year.
I know.
Can't wait to talk NFL.
Sam Darnold to start playing bad. Why?
He just threw a pick six, just about. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, we'll talk NFL on the next show.
Yeah.
For now, we're gonna run down college football playoff. Our picks for the college football playoff round 1. If you haven't followed us already, wherever you get your podcasts, over on YouTube, Instagram, we're also on RotoViz this year. Check us out there, or vice versa. We're gonna run down our college football playoff picks here. Let me get our screen up for those of you watching. I have Oklahoma to beat Alabama. So just give me Oklahoma on the money line at minus 115. Stephon, you are up.
Yeah, I'll go Miami plus 3.5 at Texas A&M. I'll be laddering this as well. Give me Ole Miss, Tulane. Give me over 56.5. And then in the Oregon game, give me minus 11.5 in the first half.
I'm also on Oklahoma on the money line. Give me a parlay of Oregon minus 13.5 with Ole Miss minus 9.5 at minus 109. And I don't know why, I'm just feeling spicy. So we're going to put a full unit on this, and we're going to go Oregon and Ole Miss, both minus 6.5 in the first quarter at plus 219.
Awesome. That's how we're going to make money this week. We will see y'all over at the NFL show.